What's up, everybody? Mike here, and welcome to the Game News of the Week. But first, please check out my Patreon page today and consider going above and beyond with supporting this way, as this forms the backbone for the channel. Since I do this full-time here on YouTube and Twitch, it helps me in the long run keep going to keep making content for you guys, as well as kind of say what I want overall without having to worry about being demonetized or whatever from YouTube, you know. And a cool, interesting perk here is early access to the Hero Podcast. This is a monthly podcast I do with my co-host Alex Masono. We talk about various video game topics, give you better insight on certain video games as well as certain things going on in the video game industry. So if you're interested in this, you'll be really excited to check this out, as well as you guys will get a special listing at the end of my weekly gaming news video as a sponsor for my channel at whatever tier you decide to be a part of, whether it's tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3. Those at tier 3, which is a $10 a month level though, will get a special shout out from me in my game news of the week video that you're watching today. So consider, once again, to support. Links in the description below. Now, let's continue with the video. So, let's kick things off with some unfortunate news happening to the parent company of From Software. Kadokawa, the parent company of From Software, suffers a cyber attack. I hate when this stuff happens, dude. Insomniac's been a victim of this. Other companies have been a victim of this, where you got people that want to cyber attack them and hold the information for ransom, and usually they don't give in, so they release the leaked information. It leads to officially unannounced projects happening or not, because that happened with Insomniac, with us learning about Venom game spinoff coming out soon, I think next year, and the whole lineup of what's going on with the Marvel universe of games that Insomniac is doing, basically. So yeah, it's very fortunate, and this could also lead to that. So Kadokawa, the parent company From Software, suffers a ransomware attack and is currently working to address potential data leaks. It is not yet known if the developer of Elden Ring has been directly affected, and many fans are worried about the banking data of their accounts. So yeah, that's a big one. Definitely a big one there you got to be concerned about. And according to From Software's parent company, the official statement is the attack occurred on Thursday, June 27th, and they have not yet assessed the full extent of the hack. The damage to the group's internal studios, with From Software being the most well-known, has not been determined either. The Japanese company acknowledges that they are working on solutions while analyzing the damages caused by the attack. A lot of confidential data from Kadokawa Group could be exposed. It seems that the medium most affected by the ransomware attack is Nico Nico, a multimedia portal similar to YouTube, which is very important in Japan. Kadokawa acknowledges that services on Nico Nico have been inactive since June 8th. In the coming days, confidential details and private information about From Software and their future projects could be revealed. The group responsible for the attack claims to have stolen important data from the company as well as from their work teams. This includes information about Kadokawa's future projects and private data of the conglomerate's employees. So basically, they're just trying to find solutions, guys. They're trying to restore some type of normalcy and things like that, fix this, try to help prevent this from happening again in the future, basically protect its workers as well as protect us as consumers, our information. When it comes to any bank information, we got tied to either like From Software games, anything of the like. This really sucks, and I really wish people would stop doing this, but this is the world we live in, unfortunately. People think they can make a quick buck if they can just hack a big video game company or a parent company to that video game company and think they're going to make out like bandits, and it usually never happens, because if history has proven anything, when it comes to other companies that have been cyber attacked by this, they never give in to these ransomware threats and whatnot, and information gets leaked anyway because they don't pay the money that these people are asking for. So it's like, when we all learn you're not going to get your money, stop doing it. This is not the way to go about it, and I hate when stuff like this happens. Like, I prefer stuff to be officially confirmed by devs themselves rather than get leaked out in this manner, or even in other type of manners. Like, no. And we already know From Software is working on other projects going forward. Like, Miyazaki has confirmed he wants to continue with the Armored Core series. So we're going to see another Armored Core game. We don't know for sure as far as what's going to happen with Elden Ring 2. I know for now, I believe he's essentially like, because with the major expansion just dropped, he's basically like, yo, we're done on Elden Ring for now, at least, or we're just not going to do an Elden Ring 2. They got other projects in the works. I believe it was confirmed a long while ago that they are working on a new IP for Sony, so most likely that's going to be announced soon, maybe later this year, I would think. Possibly because Sony did say something about they're going to have their showcase towards the end of the year, so I would imagine if we do find out about it, it's maybe going to be then or even at Game Awards. I don't think any sooner than that, personally, because of what's going on with Sony as far as their first party established games. But then again, we could find out sooner than that. I don't know. It's this video game industry is definitely unpredictable at times, and we find out stuff randomly sometimes. So I have to wait and see. But yeah, I hope they can recover from this. I hope that this isn't too damaging in terms of what happens. On some positive news, though, when it comes to Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, it has sold 5 million copies in just 3 days. That is insane, and congrats to From Software on this accomplishment. I pre-ordered my copy on PS5 a long while ago, like a few months ago. I do plan to get it on PC as well to do some modded playthroughs of it that don't affect like PvP in any type of way. I want to do single player modded playthroughs. So yeah, I'm just waiting for the mods to get updated to adjust to the expansion being added in the game, new patches that have been dropped for it as well. But yeah, very cool stuff here. And this is crazy, like, you know, this has already seemed like it might be expansion of the year, DLC of the year, if that is the category Game Awards. I wouldn't put this up there with Game of the Year because, like, Elden Ring's great, but a DLC for Game of the Year, an expansion for Game of the Year? No, I'm sorry, that does not make sense to me personally. I don't know, I know some people would disagree and think, like, yeah, it should be up there for Game of the Year, but it's an expansion, it's a DLC. Don't get me wrong, the love and care, the amount of, like, attention to detail and things they did with this expansion, you could argue it's basically a sequel, or whatever, you know, or its own game. Like, that is, I'm not denying that whatsoever, because that definitely is valid to feel that way, and it's, I'm not even done with the DLC, and it's just massive. And the Shadow of the Erdtree expansion has already broken a record, making it the highest rated expansion of all time, surpassing The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine. That is impressive. Next up, Hades 2 receives its third patch. So Hades 2 just received its third patch, the action roguelike from Supergiant Games, which launched in early access this past May 6th, has a new update that includes a multitude of changes and improvements. These include many enhancements to the combat, new user interface icons, cauldron enhancements, and much more. So let's dig into these new updates in the patch, guys. You got some general gameplay updates when it comes to mini duo boons, and some legendary boons should be offered more frequently. Charon's gold rewards now include Nightmare after a certain point. Reworked gathering tool upgrades now let you find +1 elemental essence for your infusion boons. Entering while in the no longer causes you to skip a location in that region. Okay, slightly increased the minimum number of boons and similar rewards you can find past Erebus. Warding circles in Erebus now stagger foes that touch them. Got some weapon adjustments here. All weapons receive small adjustments to how they work when using the Witch's Staff. Indirect damage will count to activate Serenity. Hit stun effects during riposte won't affect you when using the Sister Blades. The devs improved the Omega attack tracking, slightly increased the magic cost, and reduced max damage from the upgrade path for the Umbral Flames. And now any cost damage will extend the Omega special, not just Omega cast. You got Altar of the Ashes has been updated, rearranged grass costs and positions of several cards. You may need to reset your Arcana loadout, swap the names of and theming the moon and night. Death reworked. Mugging moves have a chance to deal critical damage if the last one used was different. Moon now casts 0 grasp, but it has awakening requirements to activate any surrounding card. And the Unseen improved magic restoration. Vendi awakening requirement expanded to include activating a column of cards. So awesome stuff here. Origination now specifies that curses from different Olympians are required. This is relevant with Demeter, whose Cyclone now is considered a curse along with her freeze. So that's interesting stuff there. You got new incantations here to check out. Temporal Fluctuation, Circles of the Moon, Ashen Memories of Life, Psychic Slivers of Clarity, Bones of Burnished Bronze, and Nectar of Godly Savor. Very, very awesome stuff here, guys. So this game just keeps on getting better and better, and it's going to keep getting better and better. This, I would say, is going to be Game of the Year contender next year. I know the first game was back in, 2020, and actually was Game of the Year for certain outlets or certain places, things like that. It wasn't the Game Awards Game of the Year, but it was at least nominated. I can say it's being nominated at least. I don't know if it'll win Game of the Year for next year, because it's not coming out officially until next year. It's still in early access, so I'll wait and see. But I'm loving, my love and care they're giving. They're listening to the fans and just trying to improve the game overall and balance it out better. Next up, Xenoblade Zero could come to new consoles. So there was a broadcast that happened recently, but Xenoblade Zero possibly could come to Xbox and Switch. As of right now, we know these games typically, Genshin Impact, Star Rail, like they're PC, mobile, and PlayStation. right? And Xenozone Zero does drop on July 4th. So while it's not officially, I believe, been confirmed that Xbox Series X and S and Nintendo Switch will be getting this, it's still too early to give up hope. A recent interview, the producer of Xenozone Zero discussed various topics related to the anime-style role-playing game, from inspirations beyond the art direction to future plans. During the conversation, possibility of ports to more platforms was mentioned. And according to the article, Hoyoverse is open to the possibility of releasing versions of the for the Xbox and Nintendo Switch after debut of Xenozone Zero on PlayStation, PC, and mobile devices. However, it is emphasized that this is currently a wish and not a structured plan. So, just have to wait and see what happens with that. And personally, I'm looking forward to checking this out, give it a fair shot, as I usually do with these, and may come back to these type of games later in the future when I don't have a big backlog to work on. Next up, some unfortunate news when it comes to Bandai Namco Online declaring insolvency. This is in result of massive losses, basically. So for those that don't know, Bandai Namco Online, a subsidiary of Bandai Namco dedicated to MMORPGs and other digital products, has declared insolvency due to its growing net negative income with a net loss of 8.201 billion yen, over $51 million, in the fiscal year ending in March 2024. Bandai Namco Online is a separate entity of Bandai Namco. This particular company is known for popular titles like the Gundam Evolution, Gundam Tribe, SD Gundam Operation, as well as recent release of Blue Protocol in Japan. Despite the financial situation of its online subsidiary, the parent company Bandai Namco Holdings maintains a strong market position. During the last fiscal year, Bandai Namco Holdings achieved record results in terms of revenue and profits, demonstrating its ability to withstand the difficulties faced by its online game division. The insolvency declaration of Bandai Namco Online reflects the current challenges in the video game industry, where high development costs and risks associated with new projects can significantly impact companies' finances. This is why, I've said this before personally, like, yeah, I get it. Some companies play it safe because the financial reasons went up, but also you got indie devs that are taking more risks and being bolder and are coming out swinging and actually getting more successes than some of these AAA companies. So I feel like when it comes to high development costs, they need to maybe take a chill pill, calm down on the high development costs, like restructure their resources and whatnot, and costs on that stuff. Focus on, what they know works while still being able to take some risks here and there. Not saying play it too safe. Obviously, I don't want to play it too safe, but, utilize some mechanics or game design stuff that does work, but also maybe throw in like 1 to 3 or even up to 5 new ideas or things to put into a new game that would appeal to the overall gaming audience. On a positive note, though, it looks like the Bandai Namco is going to be having their own event coming up soon here on July 5th, where most likely we'll probably see some more stuff on Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, or maybe a new project announced from Software. Showcase will last approximately 90 minutes and will focus on updating information on the development of content of franchises such as Dragon Ball, Gundam, and Sword Art Online, among others. We definitely know that Dragon Ball Sparking Zero and Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream will be part of the event, but is there maybe other projects in the work that are the same IPs we don't know about yet? Could they be trying to, I don't know if they would like to announce a new Dragon Ball game beyond what's already coming out with Sparking Zero. I personally would like a Dragon Ball FighterZ 2. I mean, come on, give us like a teaser of that. That can be next year. Get Sparking Zero out this year. Get, Dragon Ball FighterZ 2 out next year, maybe. I don't know, but I don't know. That's my hopium there. But stay tuned for that, guys. This looks like it's going to be an in-person event, but it will be streamed, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. Definitely we'll keep an eye on it and let you guys know about what happens with that. And lastly, Avowed reveals its size and duration. So Avowed is similar in length to the Outer Worlds, apparently. Avowed will be released at the end of this year to offer a role-playing experience in the purest Obsidian entertainment style. The Xbox Game Studios company continues to work on this release for Xbox Series X, S, and PC, which promises to be a hit. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. Don't get me wrong. I do enjoy Obsidian games, but early on, Avowed was looking really rough from a gameplay standpoint. And those that may not know, when it comes to the Outer Worlds, that was like around, I think, 20-25 hours. So it looks like this game, Avowed, is going to be around the same length in terms of the main story. Maybe overall content. I doubt it's going to be overall, but maybe main story at least will be 20-25 hours. But then again, I believe the fastest time, if not the fastest average time to complete the Outer Worlds was 13 hours. So maybe 20-25 hours is the overall amount of time it will take to complete everything in the game for Avowed. But for an RPG, that seems very, very short. 13 hours? Man. Maybe it's just me, but I'm used to at least the main story for a lot of RPGs these days lasting a minimum to like 15 to 20, just for main story alone. But they say here, you devs talk about how players can expect a more or less similar experience like the Outer Worlds, depending on difficulty level they play and how thoroughly they explore and invest in the content, rather than sticking to the main storyline. However, the game will be highly replayable, and decisions players make will be crucial and will establish many different paths to follow. So, very cool stuff there, exciting. This is going to be coming to Game Pass, so if you're still hesitant or worried, like 50-50 about this game, at least can play it through Game Pass and see how you feel about it, and then decide if you want to buy it to own, basically. But that wraps up for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts, like what's going on, with the video industry lately. Like, are you concerned about From Software and all the DAO leak stuff there? And are you playing Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree yourself? Are you part of that 5 million copies sold, to experience that and have fun with that? Are you having a good time with that game or not? Are you still playing Hades 2? Are you excited about the update with that? Are you very hyped for Zone Zero? What comes out later this week to play that? And are you looking forward to Bandai Namco and what they got to announce there at the event going on 5th? Love to hear from you guys, so sound off in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate a thumbs up. Also, don't forget, check out the Patreon, link in the description below, and consider supporting that way as it helps form the backbone for the channel. My name's Mike. Thanks for watching.